Many cultures around the world have borrowed from our traditions. The All-Father to Santa Claus, the 8 reindeer to Sleipnir. The Yule log becomes a Christmas tree. But there are other cultures, other traditions, other elements of our story that no one has ever taken for their own. And we will hear one of them today. In the beginning, there was nothing. The void called Gnungagap. Elemental fire from Muspelheim and elemental ice of Niflheim slowly crept together towards each other into the Gnungagap. Eventually, ice crept forwards enough to be melted by the fire. The sputtering, the steam, the drips that dropped down, they formed the giant Ymir. The first of the destructive Jotun. Ymir was larger than anything you can imagine. Larger than the 9 worlds put together. Now, Ymir was made of elemental magic, the chaos of time before time. He could reproduce asexually on his own, for Ymir was a hermaphrodite. While he slept, legions of giants sprung from his legs, sprung from his arms, under his armpits, the most vile, evil, worthless giants ever. Slowly the ice melted, revealing a massive cow named Audhumla, one who hums. Audhumla nourished Ymir, and in time nourished herself from the salt in the ice that she licked. In time, Audhumla revealed another being in the ice, the first of the Aesir tribe. His name was Bori. Bori means progenitor, the first. Bori had an offspring of his own. Named Bor. And Bor took a wife of a giant named Bestla. Now Bor and Bestla had 3 half-Aesir children. Those children were Vili and Ve and Odin. The giants and the Jotun lived side by side for millennia. Until one day, Odin and his brothers decided it was time to remake the world in the image of the Aesir. And so, Vili, Ve, and Grimnir himself, Odin, they waited for Ymir. They set upon the giant, 3 at a time, slaying him with 1 blow each. Odin struck the final blow, taking Ymir's giant head off of his neck. In his wisdom, Odin took the giant's head and suspended it above. He raised up 4 mighty dwarfs to suspend it. Austri, Vestri, Nordri, and Sutri. These massive dwarfs held aloft Emir's skull as the sky above. From his bones they formed the mountains. From his blood they formed the oceans. From his hair they formed the trees and grass. And from his brains, the clouds above. That is not all Odin constructed. For Odin constructed the rest of the 9 realms. Alfheim for the elves. Muspelheim was the realm of elemental fire. Midgard, the realm where we live. Ultimately, they created a home for themselves above us in Asgard. Now, Odin created Yggdrasil. From the corpse of Ymir, from his bones, he created the mighty world tree that represents each of us in this life. Now Odin wandered the 9 realms, acquiring knowledge, and soon he became restless and bored, for he wanted entertainment. So, some stories say it is his 2 brothers, Vili and Ve, that accompany him. But some stories say it was the other Aesir, Lodor and Heinir, that accompany Odin one day as they walked along the shore of the great ocean that surrounds Midgard. Odin raised up a piece of ash wood. And Odin raised up a piece of elm. Ask, and Embla I call you, man and woman. He set them off, but they had nothing inside. And so the gods gave them thoughts. The gods gave them eyes. The gods gave them heart and the blood to pump it to live. There are no creation stories like ours, friends. The All-Father provides all for us. He has set up the 9 realms for us to learn. It is only for us to ask, and He will provide to us the knowledge. My friends, it is an honor for me to come and speak with you. I thank you so much for joining me today. My friends,